In a week or so, we are going to be learning all about the Dallas Cowboys 2024 schedule. But for now, we can do our best and try to guess which will be the primetime games of next season. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to it. What is up, everyone, and welcome into A to Z Sports Dallas Primetime. I stream live every Sunday and Thursday night, and in between Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we have these quick hitting videos for you. Cowboys' schedule is about to be released probably a week from now, and I'm recording this on May 7th. So we were working under the assumption that May 9th was going to be like, there was a lot of whispers going on around that. There was a Fox 8 reporter that brought up that date. And then Jonathan Jones from CBS, he was mentioning how there was no firm date yet, but it might be on Thursday. But now Rich Eisen goes on his show and kind of suggests that it's going to happen until next week. So we really don't know what is up with the NFL schedule release. But you know what? I'm a little bit impatient. I want to get into some of the schedule conversations that we love to have. So tonight, I thought, hey, why not actually get into which games are likely going to be on primetime? And here are my 6 guesses. And if you're thinking that's way too many primetime games, that is the number that the Cowboys had last year, not including Thanksgiving. And that's because the NFL actually changed its rules in 2023 to allow for more than 5 primetime games. And that's why, America's team is going to be under the lights pretty often because of what they mean for the league ratings. People love them some Cowboys football. So guess number 1 for the primetime games. And let me know in the chat right now. Let me know in the comments. Who do you think is going to be one of the Cowboys primetime games? Let me know what do you make of that. Or if you think I missed one of the teams, by the end of this video, I will be looking forward to hearing your comments as well. I'm going to start with a fun one, and these are not going to be in chronological order because that would be impossible to guess. But I'm going to go with Cowboys versus Ravens under the lights as one of the Cowboys' 6 primetime games. And that's because when you have the opportunity to play the league's MVP versus the runner-up, I believe you take that. And keep in mind, you don't get to put this game together more often than every 4 years, unless, they face each other because of the 17th game rule, which is more random and difficult to predict, right? Because you're looking 2 years ahead. But I would love to see Cowboys versus Ravens under the lights. I know the Ravens get a lot of hate because they have not been able to get past certain stages in the postseason, but they're still going to be one of the main characters in the AFC, and it's going to be such a fun game to see Dak and Lamar go back and forth, right? Jackson also gets a lot of criticism, just like Dak Prescott, for not being able to take that next step in the playoffs. But these are 2 top 10 quarterbacks in the entire league, if not top 8. And sure, there are some changes going on with the Cowboys, but I would still expect them to be a winning team. So this should actually be a pretty fun game. The last time that the Cowboys played the Ravens, if you remember, was in the pandemic season. And both the Cowboys and the Ravens were going through pretty weird circumstances. So let's make it right and let's have Dak and Lamar. You don't have to overthink this one, honestly. Next up on the list, Cowboys Commanders. And the Cowboys did play Washington in Thanksgiving last year, but I don't remember a lot of Washington Cowboys games under the lights in recent years. This would be awesome, and you already know why. Dan Quinn is head coach of the Commanders. Plus, additionally to the whole coaching angle that the NFL sure leaned into when it was Kellen Moore versus the Cowboys last year with the Chargers, there's Jaden Daniels as well. Like, the Commanders are low-key going to be an exciting team. And it's not only Quinn, you also got Armstrong in there, Fowler, Tyler Viadish. So you know that the NFL is going to be able to actually go ahead and be able to sell this as some sort of revenge game for many other players other than the head coach. So they're going to basically do that probably. And then you've got Jaden Daniels in there, the number 2 overall pick of the 2024 NFL draft. I wouldn't be surprised at all at the Cowboys and the Commanders going at it, honestly, under the lights. Now, I don't know what that means for a Giants game, though, which is not included on this list. I find it very difficult to believe that the Cowboys and the Giants will not be playing in a primetime game. So I might be taking a wild guess here, but you never know. Then you've got this one, which I would love to see on primetime Sunday night. This screams Monday Night Football to me. I don't know why. Houston Cowboys in state Texas rivalry, and now you get to do it with one of the rising quarterbacks in the league, CJ Stroud. I hate when we overreact to rookie seasons, but when it comes to Stroud, I honestly believe I have not seen or covered a more fun rookie year, honestly, for a quarterback in the NFL. I don't know if fun is a word, but the thing about CJ Stroud is that just by seeing what he did in 2023, you're like, there's no way this guy is in a top 10 QB in the NFL in years to come, right? That's how I felt with CJ Stroud, because he's not only putting together highlight reels, he is playing the position at such a high level. Like, he is nuanced in his football. You see it with the pocket maneuvering. You see it with how he attacks every level of the field. You see how he makes every throw, over the middle throws. This guy is absolutely legit. And I wouldn't be surprised if years from now, we're talking about him as one of the best quarterbacks in the league, period. Not one of the best rising young quarterbacks, just best overall. I think that's the kind of caliber of player that we are watching in CJ Stroud. Only 1 year into his career, I know, but man, it's been so impressive to watch. Then the Cowboys going to San Francisco is going to be televised nationally. There's just no way the NFL doesn't keep leaning into that. And a lot of fans will be like, why is this on prime time? The 49ers own the Cowboys. And you know what? That roast is going to be well deserved for Dallas, but you never know. And you know that this is one of the oldest rivalries in the NFC, at least. And you know the Cowboys are going to be being seen as a measuring stick. Excuse me, the other way around. The 49ers will be seen as a measuring stick for the Cowboys. And if you can get this early on in the season, and you can end up like having this week 5 vibes again in October, and the Cowboys beat the Niners, man, that is injecting pure life into the Cowboys fan base and some hope that 2024 could be different, because you already beat San Francisco early on. So this is a massive opportunity that I just don't see the NFL passing on at all. The Cowboys are playing the Eagles on Sunday Night Football at some point. You just know that. Even more so with Kellen Moore taking the reins of the Eagles offense. So I don't think that I've got to go too deep into this one. We just know that every year, Cowboys and Eagles, the favorites for the NFC East these days, are going to face each other. So no surprises here at all. Last but not least, my final prediction for a Cowboys primetime game on this season is going to be a Detroit Lions game once again. Just like it happened in 2023, I think that the Cowboys will end up playing the Lions late in the year. NFC playoff seeding implications. There's going to be a lot of drama back with that ineligible receiver play. So the NFL is also going to lean into that with the promos and everything. Cowboys Lions just make sense. The Detroit Lions made the NFC Championship game last year. They're again the favorite to win their division. And you're talking about NFC contenders, essentially. And I know that is going to be a word that it causes some controversy for Cowboys fans, because we just don't know how to feel about calling the Cowboys contenders. But they will be, once again, one of the top dogs in the entire NFC. And I don't know, this gives me, once again, like week 17 type vibes, if we're being real here. Seeding implications, potentially playing for the number 1 seed or something like that. Maybe I'm being wildly optimistic with the number 1 seed. Let me adjust that. Let's say even number 2 seed, right? Number 3 seed, if you will. Trying to secure that home game, in other words. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, those are my predictions, for the 6 primetime games of the year for the Cowboys. Let me know what I missed. Let me know in which I am completely and absolutely wrong, and I'll get back to you in the comments. Hit the like button for me. Enjoy your night, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.